one corner, one dropped ball, one man in the right place at the right time, and in the blink of an eye, Mexico became the first nation to officially punch their ticket to the knockout rounds at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Luis Romo pounced on a calamitous fumble from South Korean goalkeeper Seung-Gyu Kim in the 50th minute, and that single moment of goalkeeping chaos was all it took. Final score, Mexico 1, South Korea 0. But here is the real question. Did El Tri actually deserve that win, or did they get handed 3 points on a silver platter? Welcome to SoccerVault, the channel where we break down every moment that matters at this 2026 World Cup. New here? Hit that subscribe button right now because we are just getting started. Today, we are dissecting the biggest result of Day 8, Mexico versus South Korea in Guadalajara. Let's get into it. This match had massive implications from the moment the fixture list dropped. Both teams arrived in Guadalajara unbeaten, both with 3 points already secured, and both knowing exactly what a win would mean for their tournament. Mexico came in riding high. On June 11th, they opened the tournament in style with a dominant 2-0 win over South Africa, and as one of 3 co-hosting nations playing on home soil at Estadio Akron in Guadalajara, the atmosphere was absolutely electric from the first whistle. El Tri were not just playing for 3 points tonight, they were playing for national pride in front of a home crowd that can shake stadium foundations. South Korea, meanwhile, had given themselves every reason to believe. Their opening match against Czechia, a thrilling come-from-behind 2-1 victory, showed the world that this Korean squad has character, resilience, and genuine quality on the ball. They absorbed pressure, stayed tactically disciplined, and found a way to win when it mattered most. That kind of mental fortitude is exactly what you need at a World Cup. And here is some extra context that adds serious flavor to this fixture. Mexico and South Korea have met twice before at the FIFA World Cup, and Mexico have won both. 3-1 in France in 1998, 2-1 in Russia in 2018. South Korea came to Guadalajara hoping to rewrite that head-to-head history. In the end, El Tri made it 3 from 3 against the Taeguk Warriors at World Cups. History, as they say, has a habit of repeating itself. Let us talk about the opening 45 minutes, because this was a genuine tactical chess match, and it deserved far more credit than it received from the wider football media. Both defenses were organized, disciplined, and absolutely committed. South Korea sat deep in a compact midfield block, looking to absorb Mexican pressure and hurt them on the counterattack. Mexico, for their part, controlled the tempo, finishing the game with 60% possession, but struggled repeatedly to find a way through a determined and well-drilled Korean defensive shape. That is the thing people miss about this first half. Mexico had the ball, yes. But did they have it in dangerous areas? Not consistently. South Korea were excellent at forcing El Tri to the flanks, limiting central penetration, and disrupting Mexico's rhythm in the final third. It was tight, cagey, exactly what you expect when 2 well-coached, motivated teams with everything on the line share a pitch together. At halftime, goalless. And anyone watching at home knew this was balanced on a knife edge. It could go either way. And then, at 50 minutes, it happened. In a way nobody, absolutely nobody, could have predicted. Mexico won a corner. The ball swung into the box. South Korean goalkeeper Seung-Gyu Kim rose to claim it, had the ball in his hands, and then dropped it. Clean. Right at the feet of Luis Romo, lurking perfectly inside the 6-yard box. Romo did not need a second invitation. He swept it home. 1-0 Mexico. Estadio Akron exploded. And with that single goal, that single moment of fortunate opportunism, Mexico became the first team to officially qualify for the round of 32 at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. 6 points. 2 wins. First in Group A. It does not get more emphatic than that. The scenes in Guadalajara at full time were something else entirely. But here is where this match gets genuinely fascinating, because South Korea did not fold. Not for one single second after conceding. After going a goal down, the Taeguk Warriors showed exactly why they are a genuine tournament contender. They pushed forward with real intent and conviction. The South Korean wingers started attacking the space in behind Mexico's fullbacks more aggressively. Their midfield runners created dangerous pockets of space, And in those final 15 minutes, you could feel it. South Korea had momentum, and Mexico were under serious pressure. And this is the defining moment that people are already forgetting when they talk about this match. Mexican goalkeeper Raúl Rangel stepped up and absolutely saved Mexico's clean sheet with a stunning late stop. An instinctive, match-defining save of the very highest quality. If that South Korean attempt goes in, we are sitting here talking about a draw. Two teams level on 4 points, Group A suddenly wide open for the final match day, but Rangel was there, Mexico held on, and the final whistle blew. Now, here is my hot take, and I know this is going to fire some of you up in the comments, but I mean every word of it. Mexico did not play well enough to deserve to win that football match. I am saying it plainly. Yes, they had 60% possession. Yes, they put 16 shots on goal. But when you honestly break down the quality chances they created before that goalkeeper error, the scoreline flatters them. South Korea were competitive, creative on the counterattack, and generated genuine openings in the second half that deserved better reward. The decisive moment was not a piece of brilliant Mexican attacking play. It was a dropped ball, a goalkeeping mistake at a routine corner kick. If Seung-Gyu Kim holds that catch, which at his level he should do 9 times out of 10, are we even sitting here talking about a Mexican victory? Honestly, I do not think so. This was a fortuitous victory dressed up as a group-winning statement performance. The knockout stages will demand significantly more from El Tri. Does that diminish what Mexico achieved? No. They are through. First in the group, 6 points from 6. That is a real accomplishment, and Javier Aguirre will take it without a second thought. But let us not pretend this was a dominant display from the hosts. Rangel's late heroics and Kim's fumble are the real stories of this match, not Mexican tactical brilliance. So, what happens next? Mexico are through. Officially, unequivocally, through to the round of 32. Their final Group A fixture against Czechia on June 24th is now a dead rubber. Aguirre can rotate, rest his starters, and arrive at the knockout stages fresh and fully loaded. That is a genuine luxury that most teams in this tournament would kill for. For South Korea, the situation is far more delicate and far more tense. 3 points, still very much alive. But the June 24th showdown against South Africa is now absolutely critical. Win, and they go through. A draw might be enough depending on how the Czechia versus Mexico result plays out, with Mexico likely to rotate heavily. But lose? And the mathematics gets very uncomfortable, very fast. Keep a close eye on Son Heung-min in that final group game. South Korea's captain showed glimpses of his quality tonight, but needs to be at his absolute best when it matters. In big moments, Son tends to step up. June 24th will tell us everything we need to know. Mexico are through, and the 2026 World Cup is only getting better with every passing match day. That Romo goal might have been born of luck, but at this level, fortune favors the committed, and El Tri were right there when it counted. Now I want to hear from you. Drop your take in the comments. Did Mexico deserve that victory? Or did South Korea get robbed by their own goalkeeper's fumble? Let us see what SoccerVault Nation thinks. If this breakdown fired you up, smash that like button, subscribe to SoccerVault for daily World Cup breakdowns, and we will see you next time, because this tournament is far from over. See you then.